What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Ace Operative, and today, people, I will be reviewing Boruto Naruto Next Generation's episode 42, A Ninja's Job. Okay, so, coming off the heels of last week's episode, this episode was a bit... I felt like, when it came down to this episode, the amount of callback to Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura's very first mission. If you remember in the last episode, I was referencing how awesome of a mission in which Boruto and the gang had went on compared to the original Team 7 had went on, and Boruto's mission was outstanding. So I was thrown off that they had taken the turn to where they were using nostalgia tropes. You remember how Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura had rescued the cat? In this episode in the beginning, Boruto, Sarada, and Mitsuki, they rescued a cat and returned it to the owner. Except the owner wasn't a rich, snobby lady. And I just felt like this episode was... I felt to me, all I can do is talk about me. I felt like to me, it just felt out of place. I understand they're trying to build a plot for what is to come, but I felt like this episode just didn't do it for me. I felt like it came off of the heels of a spectacular mission. We saw Boruto, Sarada, and Mitsuki display some of them well coordinated as a team. This episode, it just didn't keep me interested. And to be honest with you, I fell asleep during this episode, mostly because I pretty much stayed up all night. But it just didn't have any type of, it didn't keep me in tune with what was going on. When I came to, I rewatched some of the episode to find out what was going on, and pretty much, so Boruto thought, this would be his chance to be a hero, and to be able to thwart this guy's plan, and for him to look like a hero. Seeing Boruto in that light, I understand that Boruto wants to become a hero. I understand that, but at the same time, I feel like I can only talk about me, and this is me voicing my opinion. That's the type of thing that I just personally just can't stand about Boruto. He tries way too hard to want to become a hero instead of just acting it out naturally. I understand that in the upcoming episodes that he will soon be able to fall in line with what is to come with the Chunin exams, but I personally feel like that's constantly Boruto's heel. His pride, his ego to want to be, number one. It clouds his judgment and it gets him into a lot of ridiculous situations. But it was still the power of Boruto's inherited talk no jutsu that allowed him to convince the game developer not want to destroy himself, as well as the bank in which he was in, and he was able to rescue him and save the day, which concluded the episode. But at the end of the episode, we found out that there's a new villainous group out there. I felt like this new villainous group called, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is going to be hard for me to pronounce, the Byakuya clan? The Byakuya group? Or whatever? I felt like they brainwashed this guy into doing what he was going to do. Not only him, but as well as the other workers. And it was obvious to see that this group was in cahoots with the game designer's boss. This dude had gotten framed, dog, to do all of this type of stuff. And for this guy to suffer a mental breakdown to where that he was framed for a crime in which he did not commit, and he was fired. And On top of all that, he was in debt to so many people, and to see in the preview that this group is like, they put the person under a genjutsu, and then they pretty much manipulate their will upon the person in order for them to do what they want. Like, that's what I can see them doing, because this doesn't make any sense for this guy to want to do what he did, because he even said it himself. Like, and the police officer even clarified it even more. Like, if this guy wanted to get rid of himself, he would have done it secretly. He wouldn't have, like, exposed himself to this. He wouldn't put himself out there. Like, all throughout the episode, we saw how timid and shy he was. But once Boruto had talked to him and just told him how big of a fan he was of the game in which he was working on. But I can tell, like, this group, from what I've seen in the preview, these guys are like using genjutsu to the max. So, yo, it's gonna get exciting again, and I'm looking forward to next week's episode. But overall, this was my opinion of the episode. Please let me know what you guys thought about this in the comment section below. Thank you all for watching. Operatives, move out.